sports and TV show streams, going live on YouTube, streaming live on YouTube. I guess we are going live because I see the watch now. Okay, I'm gonna put the iPad in the stand. Oh, I need to switch it to front camera so you can see the TV. Let's see if we really are going live. Yep, we are going live. Let's see. Go to catch up. Go to United States. Oh, it's Get TV. That's where Rescue 911 is. Okay.
Today on Rescue 911, rushing to the scene. A motorcycle accident
You just expect the worst.
leaves a vehicle broken and battered.
If I've got the equipment and I've got the manpower to do it, then why not do it?
Plus, when a first grader is choking,
If nobody helped him soon, his mama would be sad.
A lesson learned is a life saved.
Because I knew something had to happen one of these days.
On Rescue 911.
Those who make their living on the front lines of emergency medicine know a split second can change a life forever. This story is not a recreation. It's a first-hand look at Pinellas County EMS in Florida, where a commitment to saving lives sometimes means going far beyond what's expected.
January 22nd, 1993, 9:30 p.m.
Most motorcycle accidents I've seen have been pretty tragic. You just expect the worst.
Hi, guys.
When we arrived on scene, they said the patient that was on the motorcycle had no obvious injuries.
You guys just going to the closest hospital?
We didn't think we had any more patients, but we did.
Bike hit him.
The dog had been struck by the motorcycle.
Someone shine a flashlight in his mouth, please.
The chest feels intact.
The guys are kind of looking at me like, what are we doing? You know, this is a dog.
Start lying on him.
But there comes a time where you got to say, you know, if I've got the equipment and I've got the manpower to do it and the know-how, then why not do it?
Get a possible ETA on the SPCA if they do have someone available to respond out here.
That IV still going?
Yep. SPCA doesn't know how long it's going to take to get a driver, an emergency driver here to take care of this. So we're going to go to the Beltro Animal Hospital. I've dealt with them before. I've taken ninja animals there before. They've got no problem with accepting them. Okay.
And, I'll hope for the best, but right now I wouldn't say it looks too good.
Update on the condition.
Within 30 minutes of the accident, the Beagle arrives at Bluffs Animal Hospital.
That's Heidi. There was a gentleman riding his motorcycle here on the side. She's got some really obvious injuries. She's got it here. She's got
Dr. Donald Morgan takes over her care.
So she's definitely got a head injury.
Mm-hmm. She's got a concussion. She's got nystagmus going on. So it's good. She had a fracture of her jawbone, which involved the nasal passages and nasal septum.
The head injury is not a serious problem to her. The leg can be fixed.
The most urgent thing was actually keeping the patient stabilized and trying to get her through the evening as quietly and peacefully as possible.
Thanks again for your help, now.
All right.
Good luck to you, Heidi.
Take care.
When we continue,
He must have been traveling at a very high rate of speed. The back of the car was severely damaged, so you know he hit it at full force.
Benefits: dental, including fillings.
General expense coverage from
all the benefits you deserve. Just call 800-742-7940 now. In addition to dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage, you may also qualify for $0 monthly premiums, $0 deductibles, and no copays. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you're eligible for additional Medicare benefits that may include free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free meal delivery, free rides to medical appointments, and much more. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. There's no obligation to enroll. Just call 800-742-7940 now to see if you qualify. Did you know that you may be eligible for additional Medicare approved benefits that include dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage? All it takes is one fast and easy phone call to see if you qualify for Medicare plans that include $0 monthly premiums, $0 deduct. deductibles and no copays. The Medicare Benefits Hotline is now open. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify for additional Medicare-approved benefits and make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve. Just call 800-742-7940 now. Additional benefits may include free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free meal delivery, free rides to medical appointments, and much more. Don't miss out on all of these additional Medicare benefits. There's no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. Just call 800-742-7940. That's 800-742-7940.
At 9 p.m. the next night, a call comes in about another motorcycle accident.
Is he still down?
Yeah, this guy flew through the air about.
Okay, they're already on the way.
The nearest ambulance is sent to the scene. Among those responding is firefighter paramedic Wendy Campbell.
I actually saw the motorcycle, and it was in two pieces. I thought, man, this guy probably is dead.
Where are they? Patient's over this way. Right here. And then the LZ is right up there. You see what
He was unresponsive, so we knew that at very least he had a bad head injury. It takes your brain only between 4 and 6 minutes to begin to die. I called for Bay Flight.
Bay Flight nurse Michelle Bansavage arrives and takes over the young man's care.
He must have been traveling at a very high rate of speed. The back of the car was severely damaged, so you know he hit it at full force. I was just expecting to see everything on him broken.
Suction. Anything to mop with. Somebody. Come on. You want to try to push that again? We got the idea.
Yeah. You got all the straps on? Straps on?
Not at all.
Get those on real quick while I'm drawing this up.
You got it. Open up your mouth. Out there, guy.
My major concern was to make sure his airway was secured. It's all a beat the clock situation. If he did have something severe going on in his brain that we weren't aware of at the time, the trauma center was the place to be to take care of that.
When 18-year-old Terry Troutman arrives at Bayfront Medical Center, a trauma team is standing by, led by Dr. Thomas Wells.
Motorcycle rider is going to tend to hit head first. I was expecting a massive head injury.
A lot of vomit. Okay, X-ray pelvis. Shooting. Good.
So far, it looks like we don't have any fracture. He's got a little bleeding right along the edge of the brain. We call that a subdural hematoma. So that tells you that he took quite a hit on the brain. He's got an area of bruised brain right here which could swell. If his brain swelling is not controlled, that can kill. How many people are there?
Bruce and Ginger Troutman are waiting for word on their son's condition.
And it's the worst possible way to meet a family. All of a sudden, I have to tell them that their son is critically injured and may not survive. That's a very difficult thing to do.
It looks like he's got a bruise on his brain on the left side right here, and there's a small area of bleeding. Okay? I'm sorry, ma'am. Okay. Fortunately, he was wearing a helmet. Okay? Fortunately, we don't see a major cervical spine injury. All right? And fortunately, I don't see anything else wrong. All right? So it's a bad injury, but we've taken care of much worse. Okay?
They've given him some medication. Come on in. They've given him some medication, and that's why he's not going to be moving.
It's very difficult to look at a child laying there helpless, and you can't fix it anymore. My mind automatically jumped to, is he going to come out of it or not? And then I had to push that thought back because that would make me sick.
Mom and Dad are here. Okay, Bob?
We're here with you, son. I want you to know that.
I was so overwhelmed seeing the physical condition that he was in. In a matter of minutes, I probably went through my son's 18 years of life, from the minute he was born up to this point, and saying, hey, no, I'm not prepared for it to go out this way.
All right, I'll check you later.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
The next morning, further tests reveal that Terry's brain swelling has gotten worse.
Terry, squeeze Dad's hand. You got the whole family here with you. Everybody's waiting to come in and see you.
We're trying to give him every bit of encouragement that we can to beat the odds.
Terry.
I know from watching the monitors, depending on what subjects that I talked to him about, I could make his heartbeat go up and down. I know at that point that even though he wasn't looking at me, he wasn't watching me, that he could hear what I was saying.
Just need to let you know that we're here and thinking of you and that we love you, son.
While Heidi the Beagle recovers from the motorcycle accident, the motorcyclist involved comes to visit her and her owner.
I made a left turn to go home, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a flash. I woke up in the x-ray room, and I started crying because I felt bad for the dog. I mean, I thought it died. I mean, I love animals, and it hurt a lot. We both loved it.
The paramedics did an excellent job of taking care of Heidi. That type of care instantly on the site of the accident really saved this dog's life.
There's not words to say to somebody, just hugs, just thank you to everybody that was involved in saving Heidi. The paramedics, the firemen, the policemen.
It burned.
Thank God for all of them.
Broken. Are you all right?
The helmet saved my life. I mean, without the helmet, I wouldn't be here.
4 days after his accident, Terry Troutman is out of the coma and off the respirator.
You know where you're at? You're in the hospital.
I was quite surprised at how many people came up to see me every day. It helped out.
Do you remember what happened to you?
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
You were going
It just
down
made me
the
feel
day.
that I was special because so many people did care.
Road and Bayflight came and got you. And now you're in Bayfront Medical Center. Are you going to be okay?
Terry was hospitalized for 3.5 weeks, and 8 months later is still undergoing therapy.
They had to teach me how to walk again. I could not walk, and I lost the hearing in my right ear. But I'm glad that I'll be able to continue on the way I was before. I look more into the future now instead of just looking day by day. Before the accident, I really didn't talk to my brother, Sean. We didn't have the same things in common, but he's taught me a lot. He taught me how to dance, which is when we get along a lot better than we did before.
He's a pain in the ass, but wouldn't be the same without him.
We just sit there and watch him and get tickled. Because it's something we might never have seen. And had he not had a helmet on, we wouldn't have seen it at all. He'd have never had the chance to grow up.
I definitely would say thank you to everybody that was there. They helped me out. The ambulances, the fire trucks, the police officers. If they didn't get there in time, I'd say it's a good chance that I would have died right then. When I hit the car, I landed on my head. That's how I landed on my head. If I was to have no helmet, my head probably would have exploded. If you're gonna buy a motorcycle, pay the money and get the best helmet you can. It's gonna save your life.
This is definitely his second chance. He's getting a second chance on life. And that's something that not too many people can say.
thought it was gonna cough it up, but he didn't.
Product samples, call 1-800-291-1431. That's 1-800-291-1431.
Free you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Hey, listen up, pals. If you watch TV using an antenna, then I'm gonna need you to rescan once in a while, or your channels might go away. But don't worry, rescanning is a cinch. Just grab your old TV remote, press menu, and select setup, then choose antenna, followed by channel scan or auto tune, and your TV will do the rest. You're gonna have to do this every once in a while, so just make a habit of it. Plan to rescan. Don't let me down now.
In 10 years of teaching first grade in Arcola, Mississippi, Patty Traywick's greatest reward was opening the minds of her students to learning new things. But she never imagined the children in her classroom would be forced to take a test where success or failure is measured in terms of life or death.
Good morning, first grade.
Good morning.
In September, I was watching a segment of Rescue 911, and on it, a young child actually saved his grandmother's life. She was choking, and he actually did the Heimlich maneuver. That started me thinking that if he can do it, certainly they'll be able to do it also.
Patty asked Beth Jones, a registered nurse who was the mother of one of the first graders, to try to teach them simple life-saving techniques.
Today, to teach you a little bit of basic first aid. Okay, so I had to instruct them on a 6 and 7 year old level, and I was a little skeptical as to how much they would retain. Will they comprehend any of it? Will it do any good? In an emergency situation, do y'all know the phone number to call?
We talked about when you get on fire, you stop, drop, and roll. We've talked about when you choke.
You take your hand and you put it on your throat, and then you take your other hand and kind of hold it so that people around you will know that you need help.
She taught us a Heimlich maneuver, and like you could save somebody's life doing it.
You want to find your belly button, okay? Which is right there. And you make a fist. Of course, several of them were fidgeting. And I guess in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, if half of them remembers what I've taught them today, that if they do have to use it in the future, then that would be very good. But this isn't something that you want to play with, okay, because it can make you sick. Let's clap.
Miss Jones taught us a lot of stuff, and it was just good that she came. Because I knew something had to happen one of these days.
On the morning of February 22nd, 1993, 3 months after the first aid lesson, it was raining heavily.
The children could not go outside and play.
All right, it's time to put up your snack now. It's inside recess, and you may go to someone else's desk to play.
One teacher walks the halls, and it just so happened that day I was on duty. And there are 7 rooms for me to check.
No, these are real. Take them outside.
7-year-old Selby LeBar and 6-year-old Easton Newton were playing cars at Selby's desk.
We were rolling them up the streets and down, having fun.
Easton put a piece of candy in his mouth, and we're not supposed to be having candy only if we have something that's chewable. I looked back and his mouth was going like that.
I thought it was gonna cough it up, but he didn't.
he was kind of just moving around, looking like this is the last of me. I thought if nobody helped him soon, his mama would be sad and his dad would too. So I did the Heimlich maneuver on him.
Sylvie pushed air up on him and then he spit it out. When he got the Jolly Rancher out, he felt a lot more better. And they went and got the teacher.
They were visibly upset about something, but you know, all I heard them say was that Easton had thrown up. You could tell when you got in there there was more to it than that.
What happened?
He didn't say anything, he didn't answer, and Selby came up and explained to me what had happened. I didn't want to break down right there in front of the children, but the only thing I could think of, I just wanted to just hold them, you know, just grab them and hold them for a little while.
Selby, you're such a hero, baby.
I just took a deep breath and I just thought, what if, you know, I hadn't been watching 911 that night, and what if Selby hadn't have listened that day, you know, in class?
Okay.
Easton's life wouldn't have been saved.
Selby, I love you.
They were best friends after that. Easton would just light up with this big grin every time he would see Selby, and he couldn't pass Selby without putting his arm around him or giving him a hug.
If Selby wouldn't have been there, I would have choked him. I could have died. The principal came in and gave Selby an award.
Before the choking incident, Selby was just rather shy, and he kind of blossomed.
Debbie Newton will always be grateful that the life of her only child was saved.
There are so many things that are dangerous for kids to do. You know, you try to teach them about knives and guns and different things like that, but you never, ever fathom the thought of a piece of candy taking your child's life. I was very proud that I had taken the time to go to the school. And in the back of my mind, I was thinking that could have been my little boy. And what if somebody had been there?
I'm definitely going to have Beth back every year. It's something that I'll never forget, never.
Today on Rescue 911, Lost in Paradise, a family outing.
You have to watch the waves.
Leaves 4 tourists shipwrecked and injured.
In one form or another, the wave crunched all of us. And the question really was, would we all get off alive?
Plus, a young woman realizes she's not alone. 911 is her only hope for help.
Your heart skips a couple of beats and you know you have a hot call.
On Rescue 911.
Nowhere is the true spirit of the holidays more evident than in families who've received a second chance at life. We begin in the Caribbean, just offshore from one of the British Virgin Islands, on December 25th, 1991. Tom and Gina Muhall of Annapolis, Maryland, were celebrating that Christmas day with their 16-year-old son Brian and 14-year-old daughter Stephanie aboard their chartered sailboat.
The problem with the North Shore of the Virgin Islands is that if there's a big storm out in the ocean, then there's nothing to break it up. and so it'll run for as much as 3,000 miles and build up a big swell.
They're not like your normal wave. They're extremely powerful, and they are extremely deceptive. You don't really know you're in them until you're right up against shore.
The day was gorgeous, and I think that this particular family got really caught unawares in seconds.
Sure. Or kids get up. Go.
Tom had been sailing for more than a dozen years.
We'd come down here for a week in order to sail amongst the little islands and anchor out at night. The winds are usually very favorable, the seas are pretty calm, snorkeling is wonderful. Christmas Day, we had anchored our main vessel off of Green Key. Walked around it, done a little bit of snorkeling. Then we were going to go over to Sandy Key.
Sandy Key was a tiny, uninhabited island with no source of fresh water on it.
When you approach the island, you have to find the appropriate spot. You have to watch the waves.
When we continued,
I did an accounting to see where everybody was, and I could not find my daughter.
These are the times.
When the last
Your final expenses? I haven't. I called the Open Care Senior Plan, and with one phone call, I was eligible for $30,000 for my funeral and final expenses.
The Open Care Senior Plan will pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. There's no medical exam, and you can be approved with just one phone call. Your rates can never be increased, your benefits can never be decreased, and your coverage can never be canceled. Call the number on your screen now and see how final expense coverage can help you. There's no obligation. Call 800-403-7817. That's 800-403-7817.
Catch Amen on Funny Side Up every weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern.
Tom and Gina Muha and their two teenage children were in a motorized dinghy on their way to explore a tiny deserted island when a rogue wave capsized their boat, hurling them into the sea.
I knew that my ankle was broken. I very quickly did an accounting to see where everybody was, and I could not find my daughter.
Our daughter was trapped underneath the boat, and it was very hard to get her out because my shoulder had been crushed. In one form or another, the wave crunched all of us.
Brian, when I looked back at the beach, was absolutely covered with blood, all down his side, and just oozing.
I was trying to right the dinghy because there wasn't even anybody else around. I kept thinking, there's nobody to help us. I got to try to get my family at least back to the main boat where we have a radio. But I didn't have the strength.
My son had a very serious head wound. You could see his skull. And I was really scared.
Put your hand right here, and I'll get him. We realized we were stuck here, just the four of us. We would put our hands on one another's bodies to stopped the flow of blood. I felt tremendously helpless to know that my family was really hurt and that I could not do anything to get them to help. There was a small boat that we noticed offshore going by. I started to wave and holler, but they just kept going.
Our hearts just sank.
Somebody's gonna come out. No, you can't lay down. You gotta sit up. If you want to lean forward, you put your knees up, okay?
We absolutely refused to let him lay down. I knew that you just don't do that. You keep pressure on a wound and you stay alert. I called him my baby. He was 16 years old. I told him over and over again that I loved him. He thought I was saying goodbye.
The question really was, would we all get off alive? Because there was so much blood that I wasn't sure that we would get somebody to help us in time.
Slow your breathing down, Brian. Slow everything down.
You see sailboats off in the distance. You know they're not going to see you. Sandy Key is very, very tiny and is probably a speck to them.
It was like angels. It was like angels coming out of the water to help us.
Gary and Penny Knowles had been sailing with clients when a boater told them about the accident, and they called for help.
I carry a very large medical kit, so we thought, well, we'll just go over and see if we can do anything. Gary managed to get close enough in to get me over the front of the boat with all the gear. Then he anchored the boat off and swam in. The head wound looked very bad. Basically, his father had his hand behind his head, holding the head together. It was quite a deep wound, propeller-shaped.
Virgin Islands Search and Rescue arrived within 45 minutes. Mike Masters was driving the Visar boat.
Looked a little bit like Gilligan's Island, you know, some people sitting up there. We immediately jumped into action and powered in reverse towards the shore, as far back as we dared into the surf line.
Among the volunteers who responded that Christmas day was Brian Gandy.
There were some really awesome surf running at the time. We basically had to prepare them to go back out. It was going to be a pretty bumpy ride. These people are basically going head first straight into the waves, and if that stretcher tips over, we're in serious trouble. We had to build up the confidence level of the people because they were definitely scared. We would stand on the water's edge for about a minute and a half reading the waves, and once we were committed, we'd just go charging straight in. Our timing had to be perfect.
It was a very scary thing to see your son being taken away, strapped down in a floating gurney, and I thought to myself, if they lose the grip, they lose Brian. And then we all had to deal with that, you know, because then you know, well, I'm going to be next.
Everybody together? I got it.
With the Visar people just plowing through it, you could see them getting tired. I mean, it took such effort to get out through that surf and to keep that person in good condition. They did such a good job.
They had put my head in a collar. I could not turn my head left or right to find my children. But I really needed to be able to know that they were okay and to touch them.
What you realize in a situation like that is that you really are family, and that you need to take care of each other, and that you can take care of each other. All of these little frictions that go on between parents and teenagers are really insignificant. There's an incredible amount of love.
After being examined by a doctor and nurse picked up from a nearby cruise ship, Tom, Gina, and their 2 children were treated at a local hospital and released within a day. It took 40 stitches to close Brian's head wound.
I remember the ride to the hospital. Had a bumpy ride on rocky roads down here. But I'd like to thank everybody that helped out in the whole process.
Barney, he took me from the hospital to go get clothes and stuff for Brian and my mother at the hospital. And he drove me around all day on Christmas.
We do this because we care about what happens to people. Obviously, their Christmas day have been wrecked far more than mine had.
I would never go out on a boat again without a handheld radio in a waterproof pouch. If something happened, I have a way of being able to call Bizarre or the Coast Guard or 911 or whoever it was. I think for me that was the #1 lesson.
If that boat hadn't seen them go up on the shore and come over to us, and that we could have radioed, then it could have been too long for somebody to find them.
Because you knew, like, you couldn't swim or anything, and if something happened, it's like, don't let go!
They're a terrific organization. These people got up, left their homes on Christmas Day, and saved our family.
Next.
This young woman arrives home. The hallway's not lit, it's very dark. The house she thinks is empty. But we do have a lot of property crimes, thefts and But we do have a lot of property crimes, thefts and burglaries, that type of thing. But there are rapes in Lafayette. This young woman arrives home. Both parents are away at work.
Kitty! How you doing?
The hallway's not lit, it's very dark. The house she thinks is empty.
Contra Costa County Sheriff's Dispatcher Christy Francis took the call.
Your heart skips a couple of beats and your stomach might flip-flop a little bit when you know you have what we call a hot call. Something that's in progress that has potential danger.
When Lafayette police officer Eric Navarro and his partner were dispatched to the house, they were 4 miles away.
When we receive a call like this with an intruder or a suspect, we never know what to expect. It puts us in danger because it's the unknown.
Well, let me get the owner. Okay, appreciate it. We leave our door open for the kitties, and I walked into a hallway, and there was somebody standing there. Okay, I get it. Calm down, okay? I want to get a description of him. Is he white, black, Hispanic? White. It was kind of, the hallway was dark. Okay. Walking to go. He's got a house cat. Okay, calm down, okay? Let me ask some questions, all right? You know how tall he was? He was 5'7". Okay, what's up? And a hat, a straw hat kind of thing. It was down by my room. Okay, Robin, stop. Okay, let me ask you some questions, okay?
The call was difficult because she was so upset. It was hard to get information from her.
Did he leave in a car? No, there was nothing. There was no car in front of our house or anything, but he just froze. Oh my God, it was a person. Okay, can you tell me about
Whenever you send an officer into a potentially dangerous situation, you try to get as much information as possible. It's frustrating at times when you're trying to take a call and you feel that there's more information that you should get, but you're not able to get it. Knowing that there's someone inside the house that's not going to be happy to see the officer. There's always a possibility that officer could be killed in this type of situation.
I don't know where the intruder's at. I don't know if he's desperate enough to use violence on a police officer. The suspect has the advantage. They can hear me coming into a room, an entryway. But it seems like you're almost in a vacuum. Even though your body and your mind's going 100 miles an hour, it almost seems like time has been slowed down.
Lafayette Police, don't move. Do not move.
I don't want to shoot a person that's unarmed.
Don't move.
But then again, I also don't want to be hurt. In that one instant, I'm thinking, shoot or don't shoot. Here I was, a standoff with a dummy, and I had to laugh to myself. I'm going, I almost shot this thing.
Yeah, 41 was a mannequin at the end of the hallway. It's unfounded this time.
My partner was on the radio with the officer. When she told me that it was a mannequin, we were just both hysterical, with tears running down our faces. We were laughing so hard. In all the years I've been doing this, you think that you've heard everything, and this was definitely a first.
I told the woman, I'm going to turn on the light. I want you to tell me if this is what you saw. Immediately, the woman gasped for air. I think she started grabbing her chest and exclaiming, oh my God, that's it. That's what I saw.
Mannequin. You know, I mean, I could not believe this.
That's exactly what I saw.
I was so humiliated. And it was a bald, armless mannequin. But, you know, part of me wanted to hug her and thank her that she wasn't a burglar. She wasn't out to hurt me and my family and my cats.
That should be great.
I found out about all this when I called him and a policeman answered my phone. He says, there's been a problem here, lady. Your mannequin almost got shot. I was really embarrassed. I put my head down on the desk at work after I got off the phone. I said, oh, no.
Leslie's husband, Gary, had no idea their joke would get so out of hand.
When I heard the police had come, I couldn't believe it. Not in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that.
I was so upset for scaring her so bad that I didn't want to see that mannequin around anymore. And so I took it to a flea market and sold it real fast for $15. So she's gone.
Here we go. Backwards. I am very grateful to the Lafayette Police. They were here in a matter of minutes. And to me, that shows, you know, that they really care.
I didn't feel it was foolish for her to call 911. She felt danger at that point. Our main concern is her safety.
If someone notices their house has been disturbed or broken into, call the police. Don't even go into the residence to check it, because you have no idea if there's someone still inside or not. There's so much potential of injury, danger, or death that it's best not to even confront it at all, just to get...
Meow.
find them.
All right, bud, let's give it a try.
I got it.
Coach Sport Academy?
Yep.
Well, are you in or out?
I don't know. I was scared to open it.
Well, you don't want me to open it, do you?
Okay. Dang it, they accepted me.
Congratulations, Sandy.
Nice going, Sandy.
Is that the rest of the mail?
Well, when do you have to report? September 11th. Hey, we can leave together. I can drop you off in Boston and go on to New London. Would that be great? Will it? Look. Hey, Flipper, come back here. What's the matter with him?
Well, he's upset because the both of us are leaving.
What do we do?
Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm staying here with Flipper.
Oh, Bud.
Well, I am.
Dad went to a lot of trouble setting it up so you could stay in Boston and go to that school. How do you think he's gonna feel? He thinks you wanna go.
Well, I do, Sandy, but how was I supposed to know Flipper was going to get this upset? I'm just going to write Aunt Martha and tell her I've changed my mind. Besides, I couldn't study while worrying about Flipper.
If you can find Flipper, I'm sure it'll make Bud feel a lot better. Take the auto horn.
Okay, Dad. the train seal. Maybe it was just an accident and you didn't mean it. Oh, yeah? Come on, Rick. Let me have it.
Dirk, Liz, you promised to change your clothes and help unpack your things.
In a minute, Mom. We're just making friends.
Friends? Now you get away from him. Shoo! Scat, go away!
Gosh, Mom, you didn't have to scare him.
Scare that thing?
Hi, Flipper.
You mean that creature is your pet?
You're more like one of the family. My name is Sandy Ricks. My dad's the park ranger over at Coral Key. Okay. And that's Flipper. He's a dolphin.
Well, I'm sorry I was so rude to your pet. My name is Fran Whitman, and this is my son Dirk and my daughter Liz.
Hi.
Oh, and that is Rink.
He's one of our family. Hey, look, Rick wants to play some more. Can Flipper stay a while?
Sure.
Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to have much help with the unpacking now, does it?
Maybe I could give you a hand.
Oh, would you? That place is such a mess. I had no idea it would be so run down.
What did you do, buy it sight unseen?
No, I inherited it. Captain Ellis was my granduncle. My lawyer in Dayton. That's where we're from. All of us. Dayton, Ohio. Well, anyway, he said I'm a very lucky woman.
You could be right. Marine supply can be a good business down here.
Unfortunately, I don't know the first thing about business, let alone boats. My husband would have loved all this stuff. But now I guess I'll just have to sell.
What would you do then?
I'll go back to Dayton. It's a shame, too. Look, the children seem to love it here so much already.
Yeah, I'll say they do. Look, why don't I go get my dad and my brother? We'll have this place shipshape for you in no time.
Well, Sandy, that's awfully sweet of you, but...
And I'll give you a hand running it till you're on the ropes, okay? Don't give me an answer yet, Mrs. Whitman. Let me talk to my dad first.
All right. You know, I think we're finally starting to get somewhere.
Sure. Go even faster when my brother gets here. He'll be over as soon as he finishes his chores.
Isn't this pretty?
It's all dusty. Have to get you some new ones.
I mean the park.
The Everglades? It's one of the prettiest parks in the country. There's all kinds of birds and animals there.
Alligators? Where is this park anyways?
Well, you're practically in it. It starts just behind the store and goes clear across Florida.
Gosh, I can hardly wait to see it.
Yes, well, you never will unless we get this place straightened up.
Sure, Mom.
But take it outside.
All right, if you don't want us to help. Can we get something to eat, too?
Just a snack. It's almost lunchtime. There's some fruit out there if you want it. I don't know. Must be the sea air.
Best thing in the world for him.
Let's think of something we all can play. I know, we can go down to the park. But Sandy said there were animals there. Alligators. So what? They'll all be in cages. It's a park, isn't it? Besides, we'll have Rick with us. Oh, and Flipper, too. We'll follow the beach road until we come to a river or something. Then we'll follow that right into the park. And that way he could stay right with us. That's a good idea. Come on, Ring. Come on, Flipper.
I'm Bud Ricks. Sandy's my brother. He must be losing Dirk.
That's right.
It's a nice dog you got there.
He and Flipper are friends.
Yeah, I can see that. How about you and Flipper?
Us too. He's more fun than anything.
How'd you like to play with him every single day?
You'll have to excuse us now. We're going to the park for a picnic.
Listen, Flipper, if you want to go with them, you can, because I got a lot of work to do.
Hey, look! Isn't this the greatest? Oh, it's just an old boat. It happens to be just what we need. Hey, it's even got a paddle, so I could push us along the water. Come on, help me get it in. We're supposed to stay out of boats. Mother said so. Liz, we'll keep next to shore all the way. We will. I promise. All right, Dan. Come on, Ring. Come on. Come on, get in the boat. Come on, help me get it into the water. George, you broke your promise. We're nowhere near the shore. Don't worry, Liz. I'll get us back somehow. How? I'll think of something. Dirk! What? You better think fast. My feet are getting wet. Bail! Hey, here's a bucket. Hey, we stopped moving. Maybe the tide's gone the other way. What is it, Flipper?
was with us.
Miss Whitman? All done.
Oh, really? That's marvelous.
Wish we could get him to work that fast at home.
Well, what next? Lunch. It's almost ready. Oh, will you call the children in for me?
For lunch? But when I met them on the way over here, they said they were going to a picnic in the park, but they were headed outside Coral Key.
You don't think
What?
they were looking at that book?
Everglades National Park? That's not a park, that's a jungle.
Hey, wait a minute, they couldn't go in too far. Flipper and Rink are with them.
Come on. Don't worry, Mrs. Whitman. It won't take us long to find them.
Trying to tell us now. Probably not to worry. We're gonna be all right, Liz.
Sorry, Mrs. Whitman. We didn't see any sign of them.
But you said they couldn't have gone very far.
Don't worry. It won't take a real search party long to find them. I'll call my dad.
All right, Sandy, we'll keep in touch with these. I've got one, you've got the other one. Now, if you hear anything, let me know right away. Do you understand?
Okay, Dad.
And Mrs. Whitman, I know it's difficult, but try not to worry about your children. We'll find them.
They'll be okay. They're with Flipper.
All right, bud, let's go.
My dad wasn't kidding. He meant it when he said there was a good chance of finding them.
Do you know what I'm going to do the minute he brings them back here?
Give him a spanking, I guess. That's what my dad did to us once when we wandered off.
Yes, well, after that. I'm taking them back to Dayton on the first plane out of here.
But Mrs. Whitman...
Oh, I know. I know. They love Florida. And they love Flipper. And look, I like it here myself. But this is just too much. Excuse me.
Helicopter, Quarter X 610. Do you read me? Over.
Roger, this is helicopter 610.
Roger, helicopter. Have you seen anything? Anything at all? Over.
No, we haven't seen anything yet, Quarter.
All right, I'll keep looking from down here. Thank you very much. Quarter X out.
Special Coral Key Bulletin. The Coast Guard and the Park Service are searching a section of the Everglades National Park for 2 children believed lost. Dirk Whitman, 12, and his sister Elizabeth, 9.
gosh, that's right. We've got to tell them where we are, and right away. But how, Liz? I don't know, but you always think of things. Flipper, maybe he can help. Flipper, listen, please. Get somebody down here. They're looking for us in the Everglades. Come on, be a good boy, Flipper, and help us. In the Everglades, Flipper. You think he really understood? Well, Rink thinks he did.
Be sure to be with us next week for the conclusion of this exciting adventure.
Everyone loves.
Okay, I'm gonna put another episode of Flipper on. Let's see. Huh.
Flipper's new friends, Liz and Dirk Whitman, are marooned offshore, waiting for him to bring help. But Flipper, trying to reach Bud and Porter, needs help himself.
I can't pretend anymore, Sandy, not even to myself. Dirk and Liz really are lost.
Well, it's only a matter of time before Dad or the Coast Guard finds them.
Yes, but it's going to be getting dark soon. They've got nothing warm to wear. They've got nothing to eat. I mean, they may be all right now, but...
Mobile 6-4, do you read me?
It's us.
Mobile 6-4.
Porter Ricks in the airboat. Sandy, do you read me? Over.
Yeah, Dad, have you found them?
No, we haven't found a thing, Sandy.
But I just wanted to check and make sure that you're still receiving my signal.
No, we haven't heard anything here, Dad. No messages.
All right, Sandy, we'll keep looking from here.
Airboat out.
He's been gone an awfully long time. Flipper? Not so very.
They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. No one you see is smarter than he. And we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, lying there under the sea.
Why is he barking? Do you see anything? No. We will, though, and this time it really will be a rescue ship. You're just trying to cheer me up. Honest, we'll see a ship by the time you can count it to 1,000. By ones or tens? Tens, but slow. All right. 10, 20, 30, 110, 120, 100. Hey, there's Flipper! Boy, am I glad to see you again. So am I, but where's the ship? It'll be coming along right behind them. I don't see it yet.
There's a bulletin just handed me on Dirk and Elizabeth Whitman, the youngsters who are believed lost in the Everglades. They have not yet been found, but a combined ground-air search is being pressed by the Park Service, headed by Porter Ricks, Ranger, and by the Coast Guard. Special lights will be flown in to be seen.
Dirk, they still think we're in the wrong place. Flipper didn't get through to them. Yes, they just couldn't. Dolphins can't go up on land. But what are we going to do now? It won't be long before it gets dark. They'll find us before that, Liz. Believe me. All right. But if they don't, I never will again.
Okay, okay.
Hey, look at Ring. Flipper's probably telling them just what happened. No, I think he's telling him to do something. Like what? Who knows? I guess Rick does. I know now. Come on, let's help him. What's the idea? You said dolphins can't go up on land. That's right, they can. But dogs can. So Flipper can take Ring to the Everglades. On a raft! Boy, are you smart! Come on, help me. Come on, Ring, you're gonna go for a ride. To get some help. Come on, Ring.
Honestly, Sandy, you don't have to do that now. Why don't you come and have something cool to drink?
I promised you I'd help you get this place ready for business.
Yes, well, that was before Dirk and Liz got lost. Now all I want is to get them back to Dayton where they'll be safe.
Well, you'll feel safe in Coral Key once you get used to it.
I'll never get used to it here. And I'm not staying one day longer than I have to.
You know, this place could be a real winner.
For you, perhaps. Say, how would you like that?
I wasn't kidding.
Well, neither am I. I'm sure that before we leave, your father and I can make some sort of a fair arrangement.
Thanks, but I'm leaving myself in the fall. Going to London. I've been accepted at the Coast Guard Academy.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thanks. Bud was going away, too. He was going to Boston, go to a school, and study oceanography.
Was. What changed his mind, your father?
He's worried about Flipper. See, he'll be real upset if we both leave.
Flipper means a great deal to you boys, doesn't he?
For a while, I thought I had the problem solved. Only Flipper got along with the kids and Rink.
I understand how you're feeling. I'm sorry, Sandy. Truly I am.
How come I'm so cold? I thought Florida's warm all the time. Because our clothes aren't all dry yet, that's why. It's getting windy, too. I got an idea. We can use this for a windbreak with some of the palm fronds. Come on, help me. There, that ought to do it. Well, how do you like it? It's groovy. Thank you, Dirk.
he can help us find Liz and Dirk.
All right, let's go. Well, I don't get it. He wants us to go back to the water. And those kids are anywhere, they're on the high ground.
Well, you know what I think, Dad? I think he's just lost, too.
We better catch that dog. We'll never find those kids. There's Flipper.
Flipper and Rink, what's this all about?
I don't know, but we're the children. I don't know why the dog brought us here instead of to the children.
Hey, wait a minute, Dad. Do you think Flipper might have brought Rink here on that raft?
If he did, he probably knows where the children are.
Well, let's follow him.
I'll never get the airboat over the levee. We're gonna need the launch. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Rink.
Dirk, you're thinking again. I can tell. You're right. I'm thinking we better start saving us ourselves. Dirk. Hey, I got it. You're not thinking we can swim home. Of course not. We're gonna go by boat. Our boat drifted ashore. But you know it's full of holes. Not if we plug them up. Come on, help me. You start bailing out some water, and I'll start plugging up some holes. There, let's see if it works. Hey, we're really moving. It's tight. Still going out. Yeah, and when we get over it, it'll come back out, and we'll drift right up on shore. We will? Well, I've been right so far, haven't I? Are you all right? You look fine. It's leaking again. It's no use, Liz. I'll have to bail some more.
37, Dad, this is Sandy. Can you read me over? Mobile 37, Dad, this is Sandy. Can you read me over?
This is Bud, Sandy. I can't hear you very clearly, though.
You haven't called. What's happening?
Well, we're following Flipper. We're due east from Coral Key.
Well, they're at the Everglades. Why?
What for?
Well, we think Flipper knows where the kids really are.
That's good enough for me. Over and out.
Dad, look. They're the kids. I knew Flipper wouldn't let us down.
We found them all right. It looks like some sharks found them too. Take the wheel, Bud. Okay, Bud, easy. There you go, honey. Well, I still think it's a mistake.
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Riggs. It just seems to me that
My friends call me Porter.
Right, Porter. But when I think of what we all went through the last few days,
But we got through it, didn't we? And Liz and Dirk learned some very important lessons. Let them stay, Fran, and keep on learning.
I'll think about it.
All right.
Don't worry, guys. We'll get Mom to let us stay here. We'll try anyway. We've got to. We can't leave Flipper. He wouldn't have anybody to look after him.
And you would?
You bet. And while we're in school, Reem can look after him.
Well, how does that sound to you, Flipper? Hey, will you take it easy? I mean, we want you to miss us too, you know.
You're leaving? Since when?
I had a long talk with Flipper this morning.
And he convinced you?
Who else?
Everyone.
Hi, Flipper. That little sub is neat, Dad. He's ashamed to blow it up.
The whole idea is not to blow it up, Sandy. The purpose of this test is to find out if the new metal alloy skin will withstand the force of an explosion. If it does, the Coast Guard tells me it may revolutionize all submarine construction.
Who's conducting these tests? They don't look like Coast Guard men.
No, they're not. It's an independent civilian testing group.
I wonder how soon they'll set the explosives.
Well, it won't be for at least an hour. If you want to watch, I'll put you on the beach and you can take a look. I'm going over and supervise a dredging operation in the East Bay.
I think I better go back with you. I've got some homework. A biology report that's promised for tomorrow.
All right. But before you start on your report, I want you to put Flipper on his pen. He's interested in this experiment. I don't want him around when an explosion goes off.
Okay. Flipper? Okay, Flipper. Time to go home. I get blown up. Okay, then come on.
They call him Flipper, Flipper, faster than lightning. No one you see is smarter than he. And we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, lying there under the sea. You're a stinker!
You know something, Robin? He makes more noise than Flipper does.
Oh, Bud, that's just his way of being friendly.
You're a stinker!
Sure doesn't sound friendly to me.
You should hear when he's alone.
No thanks. Oh, Captain, I wish you'd go fly away somewhere.
He can't, Bud. His wings are clipped. He can't fly 10 feet without a good wind behind him.
What? You girls sure are funny. What kind of a pet is a bird that can't fly? Look, there's Dad.
Hello, Robin.
Hello, Mr. Rick.
All right.
Hi, Captain Flint. What's the good word?
That's your good word. Flipper! Flipper! You're a stinker!
Bud, I want you to take Flipper and put him in this pen and out for supper.
Why, Dad? What's he done?
Well, nothing, but they're rigging for an underwater explosion over Indian Point, and I don't want them around.
Explosion? What explosion?
Well, the government's conducting some underwater pressure tests.
They've got a little one-man sub over there, and they're going to see how much of a blast it can take.
Oh, that sounds great, Dad. Can we go watch it?
Well, I guess so, but I don't want you to get too close to the blast area, okay?
Okay, Dad.
All right, I'm going over to East Bay. I'll see you later. Catch me off, please.
So long, Dad. Bye. Come on, Flipper. Gotta put you in your pen.
Sandy, I was wondering, could I keep Captain Flint in the house while we're gone?
Well, I got some studying to do, and I know Captain Flint's reputation.
You're a stinker!
I guess I'll be all right here then.
Yeah, I'll be all right, too, as long as he stays quiet.
Come on, Flipper. Come on. Flipper, I gotta go. Good boy. Everything okay in the raft?
Yep, I tied it up.
Oh, no. What about him?
Sandy said he didn't want him in the house. He'll be all right here until we get back.
No. Okay, then. Let's go.
Captain Flint, you stay here until I get back.
How about me?
What are they doing?
It looks like they're preparing that nitroglycerin. You know, one little drop of that stuff could blow this whole place up. I think.
Gosh.
There's nothing to be scared of. I mean, after all, they must know what they're doing. Come on, let's go get a better look.
excited?
Yeah. Hey, look, that must be the guy that's running the whole thing.
I sure wish we could see what's happening underneath.
Yeah, that'd be tough. They're probably just setting patterns for the explosives, though.
Flipper, right down!
Hey, look, there's a warning buoy. No boats are allowed past that point.
Boy, I'd sure hate to be a fish when that blast goes off.
Yeah, that's why I pinned Flipper up.
Boy, I sure wish they'd hurry up.
Yeah, they should be ready in a second.
Monitor 3 report. All circuits go. That's right, Ed. We're all set here. Right. The count is 4. Hold on, Ed.
I'm going on automatic. 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're on automatic, Ed. Monitor 3, over and out.
Look!
That's Captain Flint!
don't see anyone.
Well, it's your parrot.
A parrot?
Please stop the explosion until I can save him.
How did he get out there?
I don't know. Just tell him to stop the explosion.
I can't call it off now. It's on full automatic procedure.
But my parrot.
I'm sorry about him, honey, but there were ample warnings about this operation. You shouldn't have let him get into the blast area.
Listen, mister, my father's a park ranger around here. I could just use your radio phone. I could talk to him. Maybe he could do something.
It's too late, son. The timers are all set for the blast to go off in a few minutes.
Well, if I could just talk to him, maybe he could think of something.
Okay, but I don't know what good it'll do. WD-9598, I've got your bud, over.
Dad, something terrible's happened. Robin's parrot's on our raft and it's in the blast area. And the man here says there's no time to go get him.
Her parrot, how'd he get out there?
I don't know, Dad. The raft must have broken loose and drifted into the blast area. What'll I do?
Bud, what time's the blast set to go off?
In a few minutes.
All right, bud, now listen to me. I'll get there as quickly as I can.
The parrot may be all right as long as he's on the raft and out of the water. But under no circumstances do I want you or Robin to try and save that bird. You understand me?
Yes, Dad.
WD-9598 out.
Flipper! Flipper!
This is WD-9598 calling Dad. Do you read me, Dad? Over. This is WD-9598. Go ahead, Sandy.
Listen, Flipper's out of his pen, and the rat with the parrot on it is gone. I was wondering if you'd seen him.
Just got a call for fun. It seems that the raft with the parrot aboard drifted into the blast area. A Flipper may have gone to try and save him. How long has he been gone, do you know?
I don't know, but I don't think it's been too long. Over.
All right, maybe I can intercept him before he gets into the danger area. WD-9598 out. That's the automatic countdown. 2 minutes to go.
All systems in go position and counting.
What are you doing here? What the hell? What the hell?
countdown. All clear, 1 minute to countdown.
Robin, look! The raft is going in the other direction.
Systems normal and counting. Systems normal and counting.
Look, Robin, that's the launch. Dad!
All systems go. All set. 1 minute minus 30 seconds and counting.
Come on, Dad. Please hurry.
Flipper, where are you? Flipper, get on the raft, quick!
Oh, Bud.
Oh! Whoa!
Minus 10 seconds and counting. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Oh, Flipper, I just can't thank you enough for saving Captain Flint. Captain Flint, say thank you to Flipper.
Oh, that parrot will never learn to say anything nice.
He will too. Captain Flint, say thank you, Flipper.
You're still a stinker!
Oh, that does it. Flipper,
Thank you, Flipper! Oh boy! You're a stinker!
Everyone
sports and TV show streams going live on YouTube. Okay, a good cord cutting option is Hydrogen TV. You can actually get the information about this from IPTVHut.com. It's actually better than Commando IPTV because Commando IPTV has live TV, catch up, 24/7, but there's like movies and TV series with this. So like, let's see, they have like 535 total, the series. Not the biggest, because I've seen, IPTV services that have over 1,000 in the TV series. But they do have some good ones that are, ones that I'm a fan of. Like Wicked, Tuna, Outer Banks, Born This Way, The Bachelor, American Idol, The Voice, Lego Masters, Family Matters, Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness, which is a Netflix doc, Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, The Toys That Made Us. See, Leah Remini, she was in a couple episodes of Saved by the Bell. She played Leon Carosi's daughter, Stacy, in the episodes where they were at the country club and Zach fell in love with Stacy and he wanted to date her. And like Sesame Street is on here too. Well, there are more in the series that I didn't add to my favorites because I haven't finished adding them all yet. Let's see. There's also movies in here too. And I've actually added like 41 movies to my favorite, and there's like more than 4,500. There's like Palms, the cheerleading movie, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile, Dr. Dolittle, 2020, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Art of Racing in the Rain, Lady Bird, What About Bob, Uncle Buck, Big, Princess Diaries 2, Hairspray, the 2007 Zac Efron version, 17 Again, Meet the Parents, Mean Girls, The Great Outdoors, Meet the Fockers, which is a sequel of Meet the Parents, She's the Man with Amanda Bynes, The Proposal, Hannah Montana, the movie, Identity Thief, Marley and Me, The Art of Racing in the Rain, Life Itself, Rain Man, Cocktail, The Face of Love, with Annette Bening and Ed Harris, Wonder, The Lucky One, Can't Buy Me Love, Sleeping with the Enemy, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and there's the rest of them. Okay, let's go to catch up. There's like 581 catch up. There's like 135 from the United States. So you Get TV is in there. Now like Canada, that's how they differ from, because like, you can get like backup. It's like a DVR. You don't have control over it, but like you can watch like Melissa and Joey. Let's see if it plays.
I kind of like the part that came after that.
ABC Spark is like the family channel for Canada.
Bess, can we start over?
I don't know. I just got you keep a lot of secrets.
Maybe that was Nancy Drew that was finishing. But like they even have AMC for the Canadian version. So, you know, they have different shows and different movies on. They even have sports in the catch-up, like ACC Network. ESPN. Fox College Sports. Now, you know, you go to United Kingdom, you try to get CBS drama. And CBS reality, they don't seem to play. I tried it earlier. I tried to get Unsolved Mysteries, Medical Detectives, which is also New Detectives. See, it doesn't play. I mean, I don't know why the UK does not work on here. The backup. Like, you know, the DVR. I don't know why, but nothing plays. Okay, I'll show you live TV. There's 4,355 channels. These are my favorites. Decades, Destination America, Food Network, Freeform, Get TV, HGTV, East and West, Logo, MTV Classic, The Connors, 24/7.
Connors is recorded in front of a live studio audience. You okay? Oh, I'm short a guy at work.
I have like Baton Rouge locals on here, like WBRZ, which is ABZ. I have.
Never too late. That's what they say, but.
The locals seem to work too. Like right now, Jimmy Kimmel Live is on.
It's homeschooling is just standing behind your kid, checking their math.
Okay, look, CBS. That's WAFB.
A proclamation declaring the month of May to be Older Americans.
WGMB, Fox
Flashing his $1
44.
million smile is gonna totally make your day.
Okay, let's see.
Thank you,
WGOA is working
making
now.
quarantine hair look stylish.
Now these are like New Orleans locals, because I live maybe 60 miles from New Orleans. Like you can get WDSU.
Thank you, Tiramisu Oreos, for being.
You can get WVUE, which is Fox.
In a big way, the coronavirus.
Now, there's a lot of 24/7 TV shows that I'm not interested in. But, like, I have Young Sheldon on here. They have Gilligan's Island, Three's Company,
Eventually it led to like the tops of houses and
Catfish, Cops, Bar Rescue,
jumping off the top of the building.
Teen Mom 2, I
What's
just
the highest
haven't
thing either of you ever jumped off?
bookmarked it. Wicked, Tuna, Cheers.
Yeah.
My dad's a fireman, so I grew up doing stuff at the firehouse and climbing like different ladders, and like we would always have to do like the preparation stuff.
So you like fake burning building?
Yeah.
Now were you a firefighter or were you being rescued?
No. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Now I'm showing you all the
Okay, well look,
24/7.
you probably having fun spitting all over his neck and screaming like a man.
Warning, please do not attempt to perform any of the stunts or activities in this show, as they are dangerous and could lead to serious injury. Video submissions of any kind are not accepted by MTV or the producers.
Are you coming yet? There he comes. Oh! Ah!
Now there's a record. Now that you can control what you record. Let's see. You can do multi-screen. And that's where you can watch more than one show at a time. Let's see. I'll show you how you add multi-screen. Okay, I'll put diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Sale. For a limited.
See? Now I go to the other plus. Okay, let me turn the TV off. I just couldn't get it to load up. Ah! Now this is another IPTV. This is Best USA IPTV service. Let's see what. Let's go to TV series. They must have added some here. It's 1015 now. Good. They have Family Double Dare, which premiered in 1986. They don't have many episodes on here, just 7. I hope they add more in the future.
Women felt free to date whom they choose, to found their own women's liberation clubs on campus. We started getting the inception of things like women's studies even on those college campuses. And that gave us hope that the world was really opening up for us.
I was in Arizona at the time, and I was interested in the Northwest, and I saw a picture of the Space Needle in a magazine. My adventurous spirit drove me to investigate the school, and I decided to go.
See, this is 24/7 Ted Bundy Falling for a Killer. It's like a 5-episode series, and they just, play all 5 episodes 24/7. And if you go to series, they have it in the series too. Trish Wood directed it. It's Ted Bundy's long-term girlfriend, Elizabeth Kendall, and her daughter, Molly, and other survivors, come forward to share their experiences. Okay, I'm going to end this live stream now. Hit the big red button and subscribe. Peace out, YouTube. I'm going to click on Finish Event.